You rolling? Dorkshelf.com. We are here with the gentlemen of Titan and Alternate History. We're here with Andy and Mike. How you doing, gents?
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Fantastic at a fan expo?
Absolutely.
That was horrible. You don't have to go with it. So tell me about Titan and Alternate History.
Well, it's the story of a university professor who gets mugged and jacked with heroin, and while he's on the ground, he hallucinates, or maybe doesn't. He might experience lives that he lived in the past, and when he comes out of it, he decides to take over the world.
Sounds like your, Saturday morning cartoon fare. It sounds quite hell. What inspired the story?
I actually read a newspaper story about a guy who got mugged in front of an ATM, and I thought that was an interesting beginning. And he wanted to draw a bunch of different historical time periods, so we stuck it together and came up with a story that tied it all in.
So as you're drawing a lot of historical time periods, your inspiration, the collaborations there, tell me a little bit about that process. What sort of inspired and how the collaboration's been going?
The collaboration's been going fantastic, actually. It was mostly like a two-step process. I mean, Mike wrote a fantastic story and a script, which took us through 4 different time periods, which was very inspiring for me. So to be able to create an art style for each time period independently, which matched his awesome story. So that's the inspiration. We've just playing off each other. So yeah, it's been great collaboration.
Now, this is your first book. I noticed you've printed it out as a trade and not as a single issue. Tell me a little bit why you went that route as opposed to doing the traditional single issues.
For one, I like complete stories. I like buying trades better than floppies, and it just made more sense to do it all at once and have distribution for one book than trying to sell little floppy copies with the idea of doing this in the future. If this was the end goal anyway, we just decided to start with it instead.
Now, I noticed you guys have a trailer. Tell me a little bit about how that trailer pays homage to the art. Did you work a lot with the creator of the trailer in regards to just making sure everything looked the way you wanted it to?
Indeed, yeah. The trailer was done by Patrick Skopik, who's a good friend of ours. The trailer is made directly from the pages of the book. We sent him large copies of the pages of the book, and he would take all the images right from there. He was able to read an advanced copy of the book. He's been following the project the whole time, so he really 100% captured the feel of the story and the look, and was really respectful to everything about it. So we basically just let him run wild with it. So.
Excellent. So clearly you guys have an online presence. Tell me about how important that is for a modern, independent publisher or independent creator, and how that affects your fans and exposing the book.
Well, it's really our only main way to interact with our fans, find new fans, and get the book distributed until we crack into Diamond or one of the comic book store kind of distributing companies. Online is where it's at. And between Twitter, our actual dedicated website, and the YouTube video, and Facebook, it's all driving people who are looking for something new and different to our site and to our product.
What got you boys into comics? What was the moment where you said, you know what, I want to be a writer, I want to be an artist, this is it, this is what I want to do?
I wanted to be an artist originally, and that didn't work out so well, so I decided to be a writer. But I was about 7 years old, and I bought Captain America number 307, and that was it. I've been a fan ever since.
I love you remember the exact issue. It's like 307. I was there, and I'm hooked.
Lame. I've just been drawing my entire life from as far as I can remember. I've always wanted to do art in some way, shape, or form as a career. Obviously, as a kid, comic books and graphic novels is the way to go. It gets entrenched in your brain. So this is 100% a great passion project, and we're very happy to make it a commercial success as well, which is great. Yeah.
Any advice for any independent guys that are just starting out? Any things that you've learned that you can probably convey to them just through the growth process of going through this convention and the publishing side of things?
Belief that what you're doing has worth and value is more important than what anyone else will ever tell you. Ignore the critics until you're done, And you know, do your best. Put out your best product first. Don't think I can polish it later. Polish it now. Get it ready.
Yourself?
Basically the exact same thing. You know, with the belief in what you're doing. I mean, if you feel that this is your best work and you are excited about what you're doing, then it's gonna work for you. It just comes really easy that way. Don't try to be something that it isn't. So do what you're passionate about. Make sure that you love it, and it'll work out. That's about it.
Beauty. And gentlemen, lastly, we are dorkshelf.com, so we have to ask, what is on your dork shelf? What is the thing that you absolutely love to show off when people enter your home? Or if there were a fire, what's the first thing you're grabbing, besides a living person or a pet?
The first thing I would grab would be my model kit from 1973 of Captain America that I put together myself from an old Aurora model kit. That would come first. After that, probably the Absolute Sandmans, and that's just because they're heavy and really expensive to replace.
Andy?
I am a non-violent type of person, but I have a Batman-shaped brass knuckle set that the wings are blades. That's the thing that I like showing off the most. So.
That's really rad, especially for a pacifist. That's really awesome. Right on, boys. So where can we find you online?
www.titangraphicnovel.com, as well as facebook.com/TitanOnline.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Alphabet Kid.
The Alphabet Kid. Gentlemen, thank you again very much for your time. Check out the book Titan in Alternate History. It's an excellent read. And dorkshelf.com.
Great, man. Thanks again.
I'll let you know when it's up on the site. I'll send you an email or